You fucking.
Before we get talking about the F-14B, I'll slow my roll and talk about what a certain forum technical moderator said in the forums this week. Because not only did it not make kind of sense, it's one of the most definite responses we've ever gotten from the devs by far about upcoming content. You know how Esmin usually says we have something planned or we are planning when it comes to potential upcoming content? This time, the language wasn't vague and leading, it was straight into the point about what was really coming in the future updates. So, what the technical moderator, in this case Interfleet, said was that the JAS 39C is confirmed to be coming soon TM, and soon TM means this year. And yes, the message is still up today, link in the description. But today we'll take a look at the JAS 39C Gripen, and I'll explain why it's a bit funky that it will be introduced this year. The JAS 39C is an upgrade to the JAS 39A Gripen. It was introduced in 2002, and some were built as is JAS 39Cs, while the rest were JAS 39As upgraded to the 39C standard, with the last of the 139Cs being delivered in 2015. The upgrade from the JAS 39A to the JAS 39C featured a few upgrades to its hardware and avionics, such as a retracting refueling probe, an upgrade to the RM12 engine with full authority digital control, MFDs compatible with night vision goggles, and a new electronic warfare system. As an upgrade to the JAS 39C, they can carry and fire all the armaments the JAS 39A could, which include the RB-74 or AIM-9L, RB-98 or IRIS-T, RB-99 or the AMRAAM, and the RB-101 or the MBDA Meteor. The AMRAAMs and Meteors are controlled by the PS-05A Pulse Doppler radar. The AIM-9L and the IRIS-T could also be controlled by the IR Otis infrared search and track, which was used by one Viggen on a test flight and one Gripen, but was subsequently removed in production. Air-to-ground ordnance of the JAS 39C are the usual unguided bombs and rockets, the RB-75 Maverick, the RBS-15 anti-ship missile that acts similar to the Cormoran on the Tornado IDS, the Cluster Bomb Dispenser Bomb Capsule 90, and the Taurus KEPD standoff missile. Export Gripens could also utilize the GBU-39 small diameter bombs, which were essentially smaller JDAMs. So what's the issue? Why is the 39C a bit funky if introduced this year? Well, I feel like it's a bit too early for it. Even if you take the conservative estimate and say that only the AMRAAM will be added with it, there's still 4 AMRAAMs for the Gripen. And if you want the AMRAAM, the JA-37D could already carry it in lieu of the Sky Flashes, and it could only carry 2 if you intend to release it with only a slight tweak in the meta. I expect by the end of this year we would be getting the early F-15s and Su-27s with only Sparrows and R-27s, and maybe introduce the R-73 finally. With 4 AMRAAMs, it would be a bit too strong for the current top tier meta. Although with the introduction of the AIM-54C and the F-14B, they do seem to aim for AMRAAMs in one of the coming updates this year. Though, it's nice to consider that if they do add the Gripen C this year, we should also expect similar aircraft for other nations, such as the Mirage 2005 with the Micas, or the Rafale even. The Eurofighter for Germany, Italy, and the British, the F-16C Block 40. I do think it's the Block 40 we're getting, considering the F-14B is confirmed to be getting Lantern pods as well. The F-16C Barak for Israel, and even the Chengdu J-10A or Shenyang J-11A for China. Adding the Gripen this year will certainly be an interesting time for the Swedish players. And it's not like I don't understand where the Gripen C is coming from. The Viggen is so heavy with its fuel tank and full fuel that you have to sort of bring it because the engine really drinks fuel like it's nothing. The 9L used to be great, but the Skyflash can't stand up to the R27ER and the AIM-7Ms. There's also the added benefit of the air-to-ground capability that the Gripens can perform. The interceptor fighter Vigas only have the rocket pods and bombs. Maybe the AJ-37 can, and if they add the AJS-37 can work, but it's still an AJ-37 at heart, just with the RBS-15. But the recent devlog confirmed what I said was one of those that were coming to War Thunder this year. A new variant of the F-14, that's the F-14B. It's interesting because it gets the lantern, paveways, first for the American tech tree, the regular tech tree, not the premium ones, A-54Cs, and an unknown new weapon type that is to be revealed in the coming days. For now, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching, and as always, Godspeed.